Hi, my name is Tatiana. I'm currently doing a road trip around North Carolina. So far on my road trip, I've seen a mug house, froze my buns off for a night, hiked around Mount Mitchell, explored Asheville's River Arts District, and spent the night in a fire tower. Today marks day 4 of my road trip. Let's see what it has to offer. This morning consisted of waking up at 6, being joined by a stranger to take photos of sunrise. We could have had worse company, but he was great, and he also gave us ideas for our hike today. So we're gonna go pack the car and check that out. So we just left the rich fire tower, and now we're in the small town of Hot Springs, just grabbing a coffee, using the washroom, filling our water, and then we're gonna head up to, it's called Max Patch, and it's a short hike to the peak, but it's also part of the Appalachian Trail, so you can continue hiking for as long as you feel like it. So fingers crossed. It's a bit more scenic, I guess you could say, than our last one. We sort of learned our lesson that just because it says peak or ridge walk does not mean that it's clear of trees and you can see everything. So we were very specific in what we were looking for, and this is supposed to be like that. So I'm really, really excited to see the Max Patch hike. So we thought it'd be too easy to drive right to the peak and then walk the 1 mile that it would take to go on top of the peak. So we drove to the bottom of the mountain. Now we're gonna hike up the mountain to the peak to make it worthwhile and feel like we have, a workout. We originally thought this was only gonna be maybe a 7-mile round trip. Turns out it's 10.8. So, just trudging along. Luckily, the trail is quite meandering and it's fairly flat, and there's steep inclines and declines. But today, I finally wore my hiking boots and I'm regretting it. I was showing my runners on this trail. It's perfect trail running trail. There's no winning. One day I'll get it right. Okay, here we go. About a mile and a half left. Should be there in an hour. We're not in the trees anymore is a good sign. That means we're almost there. Oh, I'm so hot.
A few moments later.
Made it! Rattlesnakes and says stay off the grass, yet everyone's in the grass.
apart from being minorly windy, I am so glad we went the long way. It would have been not as satisfying coming from the parking lot, only walking half a mile up to see these spectacular views. It truly was the most easiest 5 miles I've ever done, ever.
You are